Surely you've heard of the Girl Scouts, you know, selling cookies. Is that my package? Hello, be right back. This is not a drill. I now, at this very moment, I'm not even joking you, the package just arrived on my doorstep. New products have arrived in my shop. We have these melty pencil skull pins. And what I have been waiting for, I have the Lil Guy Lil Enamel Pin mystery bags. Collect all 8 pins, including 1 mystery pin. Who could it be? Which little guy you'll get is a mystery. Get them at my shop, KaseyGolden.com. Now, what was I saying? Oh, right, the Girl Scouts. When I was a kid, I was a member of the Girl Scouts. In fact, I still have my old Girl Scout vest with my patches. I don't know why not all of my patches are my vest, but here they are. Look at me. I can still barely fit it. I was really inspired by these patches, and I thought it would be really cute if they were more art-focused badges. So back in 2020, and I never really talked about this, and I don't really know why, I've made a couple of videos showing the process of me making a comic about my Sketch Scouts characters, and I've probably mentioned the patches in passing, but I've never really talked about how I came up with the idea. So let's do it. So going into this idea, I just wanted to create these really cute and fun patches you could put on your jacket, your bag, anywhere you put a patch or a badge. And I wanted them to be art focused. Things like didn't use Control-Z in real life. 99 ideas, haven't drawn one. Final.jpg. The perfect line after 69 tries. I did a lot of sketching and doodling of different ideas I felt like were really good earners for artists. These are things that you earn as an artist, remembering to save, 31 Days of Ink, Huevember, and they don't even necessarily have to be good things you've earned. I've got patches like drew on the wrong layer, where you draw your line art on your sketch layer. Too many whips, where you simply have too many works in progress. The starving artist badge, the collector's badge. Do you like to collect different colors of art supplies? This one's for you. I'm really happy with these patches, and I have finally gotten my own little vest to put my own patches on. I haven't gotten around to sewing them yet, but maybe that will be my weekend project. Look at me, I'm an artist. And if you purchase any Sketch Scouts merch on my shop, you even get a Sketch Scouts membership card. Keep this in your wallet, draw your own little Sketch Scout Sona on it. This all started off as just a little mini project where I wanted to create my own patches, but to create the patches, I also designed this little white basic figure that was going to be on some of the patches. For example, the Conquered art block patch, we have this just white dude who's really strong. This is a little guy that I was going to put on any patches that I felt like needed a sort of humanoid character to represent what I was trying to convey. And from there, I also thought it would be kind of fun to create a comic to promote these patches, maybe just some one-off silly jokes to promote each individual patch. I don't know, I didn't really have an idea, but I did want to introduce the characters. But once I created this introduction comic, I couldn't stop. So this was all the way back in, I think, August of 2020. I created a video where I made these paper dolls to create characters and just get a feel for how to draw them, have fun with them. This is actually where I created the character Rain. She is a really cute female character. She's pretty much the main character at this point. And from there, the comic just kept going. I have always wanted to create a comic, but I never felt confident in my art. And even though I'm not gonna sit here and say my art is good enough for a comic, it's been really fun to push myself to make backgrounds, create a story. I've always liked to create stories and do storytelling, but I've never really committed to anything more than short stories. I did a story during Inktober a few times. That has been fun. But with Inktober, it always came to an end, and I wanted more open-ended storytelling where I could create these characters that I loved and could do different things with and didn't necessarily have an end to. Well, I mean, eventually it will end. I'm gonna die one day, you guys. I'm gonna die and Sketch Scouts is gonna end. I'm just joking. I mean, I'll keep doing Sketch Scouts for however long I want to until I put it to rest the way I want to put it to rest. Okay, moving on. And from creating these patches, I had this silly blob of a character that I created as the main character of the comics. And from there, I just kept going. I created simple shaped headed characters. We have a square headed character named Arthur. He's an art block. Get it? Art block? If you're familiar with my art, you guys know I like to create a triangle, circle, in square-shaped anything when it comes to art. So I think I was trying to create a circle-headed character for the main character, a square-headed character, and I also tried to create a triangle-headed character, but I don't think I quite fell in love with the character design, and the personality was just kind of not there yet. So I either need to continue to develop the character or just create a new triangle-headed character altogether. The triangle-headed character will definitely be a reoccurring background character, maybe not a main character, but I really would like to get a triangle, circle, square sort of main 3 group character situation going. Continuing on with the art-themed characters, next we have Tracy. Yes, her name is Tracy. I created her character as just a scribble because I just wanted to create all of our characters with drawing in mind. So she's just this scribble and she's really fun to draw. And maybe it's because her name is so similar to mine, Tracy, Kasey. She's the super sassy, honestly, kind of super mean character in the group. Everything's fine until Tracy comes along and she's just kind of a big B word and she just kind of makes things worse. But for some reason we love her. I mean, I don't know if the same can be said about me, but it's really fun to write her because I get to be really mean with her. Rain, whose name comes from rainbow because she's super happy and bright and colorful. She's the girly female character that I introduced earlier. To be honest, I just really like to draw her because she's also very curvy. What can I say? I like to draw curves. And last but not least, we have Huey. His name comes from the word hue. He's an old man and he's just a very hairy dude who's been there for many years. Since the beginning of Sketch Scouts, actually. There's a whole history lesson in the story. I tried to be cute with it and create this whole war history with there being like art-related thing, but it kind of became too real with war. Call me unique, but I'm not a fan of war. But when I think of old people, I think they were probably involved in a war of some kind. Anyways, if you want to learn about the history of Sketch Scouts, just read the comic. If you're curious about the color palette of the comic, I wanted to focus on characters in a style that I knew that I could create a little bit quicker than a fully colored comic. On top of having characters that are all just completely white characters that don't even wear clothes, they're just naked. I also didn't want to put a lot of pressure on myself to choose colors for every page, so I thought I would go black and white, kind of a classic comic look, black and white. But I did want a pop of color. You guys know I like my pops of color. So the obvious choice for the color palette was just a pencil. A light woody tan color, yellow, and pink. And pink is perfect because it even goes with their little pink cheeks that everyone has. Most of the characters, backgrounds, and everything else are in different shades of gray. And every once in a while, whenever I just want to throw in some color, we've got yellow, we've got pink, and I don't think I've ever used the light woody tan color for a pop of color, but if I need it, it's there. But just like any project I create, I got kind of burnt out on it and trying to juggle making several videos a week, maintaining my shop, creating this comic. Something had to go, and the comic was just a fun project that I was working on, and it just sort of fizzled out. In late 2021, I brought it back only to ditch it again for 2.5 years. What? Yes, 2.5 years I did not work on this comic. However, I recently tabled again at VanCaf, which is the Vancouver Comics and Art Festival, and seeing how excited people were about my artist patches, those always sell so well at a event that is especially targeted towards artists. So a lot of artists go to this artist festival, go figure, and having people actually buy my comic in person of Prickle and Pear, my other comic I create, it just really inspired me to get back into working on Sketch Scouts. And it's not like I ever wanted to abandon Sketch Scouts, but like I said, juggling multiple things at once and also going through an absolute burnout in my creative headspace. Sketch Scouts, unfortunately, was always the first thing to go, but it is absolutely back. Prickle and Pear is a comic I only sell printed versions of, but Sketch Scouts I do post online for free. I would like to print it one day, but I definitely want to print a even bigger collection of stories of it, so I don't know when I'll be printing it, but I'm shooting for 200 pages. We will see. Until then, you can read Sketch Scouts on Webtoons, Tapas, Instagram, Twitter. I try to post it everywhere just so that everyone has access to it. I've been getting a lot more fulfillment, I guess, working on this comic. I don't know what it is. Lately, I haven't been enjoying making YouTube videos as much as I used to. I think I had a lot of fun for a while making YouTube videos, but I've gotten to the point where I want to make something a little bit more meaningful. Not that Sketch Scouts is bringing the most meaning to my life ever, but I do enjoy having a collection of characters and stories that other people can enjoy more than just a goofy video at this very moment in time. That's what I'm really enjoying. So with that, another Yap video has been concluded. I have not really talked about Sketch Scouts. It's kind of weird that I've made a few videos about Sketch Scouts, but I haven't really talked about it in depth. I seem to sort of separate my YouTube video content from my other projects like my shop or streaming. I don't know what it is. I really need to advertise myself a little bit better. I also don't really sketch the Sketch Scouts much outside of the actual comic itself, so it was really nice to create a sketchbook spread of my characters for once doing other things. That being said, head to KaseyGolden.com for my new merch. Pick up a comic, new pins, stickers, washi tape. Thank you guys so much for watching, and especially a huge thank you to my patrons for their support. You guys are the best. If you want early access to these videos, Secret Sketches, live screams? Tune into me just screaming into the void. Check out the link to my Patreon in the description. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.